What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Korean Character Podcast. My name is James Willems. I'm a longtime podcaster turned pro wrestler, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host and friend, Scorpio Sky.
You're getting real good at those intros.
Because I'm making them less complicated.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with one thing every time.
49 episodes in, it's locked.
That's how long it took, plus the other show.
Plus the other show. Plus the other show. Well, the other show you always had to come up with a wrestling move.
Yeah, thank God we don't do that.
And so it was like you had to figure out some clever way to loop in a wrestling move. But anyways, welcome to another episode of Korean Character Pod. Of course, as always, we are joined by our producer, Eric Bador.
Hi, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for making the time this week, Sky.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You know, I was busy last week.
Busy just sitting on the freeway?
We had to make some excuses for you. We said you were very busy.
I was busy.
Yeah.
I was busy. K5, brother. We got an episode this week.
Yeah, we do.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the biggest weekend in pro wrestling.
Oh.
MPW Mania 4, which is coming up this Friday in Chatsworth, baby. And I'll be there taking on Rosas.
There we go.
The general manager of MPW who thinks he can get in my business every single time. Why? Because I'm an influencer, because I'm a podcaster, because he thinks that I skipped the line. Other people trained for, I trained for decades before I ever got to be in main events of MPW Mania or whatever. Okay, well, maybe you were worse than me, Ray. Did you ever think about that? Maybe he was worse than me.
Maybe.
Okay?
Yeah.
Is that a problem? Should I be punished or penalized for anything like that?
Hey, it's not your fault.
It's not my fault. I'm great. Boom.
Eric, what do you think about that?
You know what? It's, I mean, some of that could be true, maybe, potentially.
So, okay, about this match, is this a traditional wrestling match? Or is there a type of stipulation or anything?
Well, who knows? He's the general manager. Maybe he could pull
rules.
some fast ones, but as far as I'm aware, it's a 1-versus-1, 1 fall.
So you have the opportunity to just go in and back up what you're saying, and just he's got more experience. All right, he's got a lot. He's got a lot.
If you call it that.
He's got a lot more experience.
Yeah.
Well, we got to give him his credit. He's got a
more
lot more experience.
too.
He's been around a long time. So if you go in there and you beat him, then you're backing up everything you're saying.
I think he thinks he's a pretty big deal because you know who my first wrestling match was against?
Who?
Ray Rosas.
Oh.
It was a tag team match.
So he's looking to retire you, perhaps.
Oh, I think it's the other
Full
way around.
circle. The whole 80s parent, I brought you into this world, I'll take you out.
Maybe. I don't know. I think he's going, you came back after all this time and you think now you're hot stuff, that you can do whatever you want to, march around my company. It's not his, by the way. And do anything you want. Well, I guess I'll show him. Everything I've learned, baby.
I think this is must see.
Yeah, I agree.
This is going to be a big match this Friday.
Yeah.
MPW Mania 4.
Yep. MPW Mania 4 in Chatsworth.
In Chatsworth.
And that'll be streaming somewhere so we can all watch it, or?
Well, it's a live event. That's how wrestling is best viewed, in person live event. But they do post to YouTube. So
can they still do wrestling on Twitch?
Yeah,
Eric, I do wrestling on Twitch all the time.
Okay.
He does it all the time.
All right.
Yeah.
I remember those from the Wrestle Circus days. So
yeah.
But they need to get on Twitch or something.
I mean, you can see it on YouTube a couple days after the fact.
Right.
So he'll probably still be in the hospital. But
Yeah, but I want to be.
You want to watch it live though.
Yeah, you want to be there live.
Yeah.
So that's it. That I want to put over that show. So
That's good. I'm excited to see it a couple days after it happens.
I guess some other wrestling stuff happened last week, but I don't really.
Well, we can talk about that, but by the time this airs, what comes out tonight?
What comes out tonight?
The Michael movie.
Oh, right. The Michael movie.
Tonight. By the
Are
time
you excited?
This airs, I'm for sure I'm going. I haven't confirmed my tickets. I need to do that.
Make some
today.
popcorn at home, bring it to the theater.
That would be an interesting way of doing it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So speaking of which, I do have an update.
Okay.
About that.
Yeah.
So if people remember, back in December, our Christmas, we did a little gift exchange, and you gave me the oh man, I'm spacing on what it was called now.
Yeah, what is it called? The special salt.
It was like a special salt.
Yeah.
And it was what the movie people that use in the theaters, yada yada yada. So finally, you guys actually sent me a video on how to do it. And so finally, over the last weekend, I was I was like, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. And so I put it on stovetop. I popped it, and game changer.
Wow.
Like absolute game changer. I will never buy microwave popcorn again. This is the closest I have ever had to movie theater popcorn without actually getting it in the movie theater. I'm blown away.
And you followed the video that I sent?
To the T.
Okay, so I want to shout out John Holland, friend of mine.
He did the video?
Poor Choices Kitchen.
Yep.
Yeah,
That was his video.
It was his
Oh.
video. John Holland, he's a friend of mine. He's
awesome.
an excellent chef. He has an Instagram and a YouTube channel called
yeah.
Poor Choices Kitchen. P-O-U-R, Poor Choices
Ooh,
Kitchen.
P-O-U-R.
And because a lot of alcohol tends to be involved.
Yeah, like that.
And yeah, so check out
it was
his
great.
channel because he said how to make popcorn.
The only ingredient that I did not have was he used a butter flavored coconut oil
Oh, right.
for the cooking.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not have that. I used grapeseed oil and just butter. Like I
Okay.
mixed a little bit of that
Yeah, yeah.
together, but it still came out so good. But other than that, yeah, I followed it to the tablespoon, to the teaspoon, everything, and I've made it twice, and it comes out so good.
That's
so
awesome.
good.
That's great.
Did-
I'm glad it worked out.
Did you like watch something? Were you like celebrating? Were you just like eating popcorn? Like, was it like, we're going to sit down,
He sat
grab
down
your girl,
facing
get
a
the big
wall.
bowl? Yeah.
The first time I made it, I don't even remember if I was watching anything. Maybe a Law and Order marathon or something. And then the second time, I think I was watching basketball.
Yeah.
Which
That's
is
awesome.
playoff time. Hopefully by the time this airs, the Lakers will be up 2-0 in their series against Houston. Hopefully. But other than that, yeah. So we can get back to.
That's great.
There was some other wrestling that took place recently. A lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
A lot of around the wrestling world things took place.
Which I know this is this a new thing? Is there always? I know there's always events and stuff that kind of happen around the major tentpole things, but is this a regular? Because everyone I know in wrestling went to Vegas.
Yeah, no, that's how it is every year.
Every year, even when Mania is somewhere else, it just worked out really
Travels,
nice.
yeah.
Okay.
I would recommend going if I were you. It's a great weekend to meet people, network, just have fun. Everyone's kind of partying together, and it's just a lot of fun. I try to go be a part of it at least one day every year, and I've done that since 2017, I believe. Actually, 2016. I may have skipped a year in there somewhere, specifically 2020, but yeah, for the most part, it's a lot of fun. And yeah, there's a lot of shows, and the shows go late.
Yeah.
Late. I mean, they go all night basically.
Yeah.
And they all tend to stay around one venue and everything. And there was a match of like Brodie Jr. against Joey Janela. That was on the spring break show. And there's a lot of shows, a lot of parties, good times.
It feels like there's rings everywhere too. It feels like there's rings in this parking lot, and then there's rings on on Fremont Street.
I think they tend to narrow the shows to maybe 2 to 3 venues, so they don't have people traveling all over town. But for the most part, yeah, there are multiple options there.
That's cool.
It's a lot. It's a lot everywhere, and it's all day. Like New Texas was out there. We sponsored a match for this New Texas card. It was like 11 in the morning, like Vegas time, and it was just that's when it started. And then it was like a regular like show length, but then that ends, and then you just change the logo on the screen behind it, and it's the next company and the next company and the next company. And you're right, James, like there are a bunch of rings everywhere. I saw one set up like in front of the Denny's on Fremont,
Holy cow,
which was crazy. And then I saw 2 guys fight into a Popeye's chicken, I think, and then just get into a fight inside the Popeye's chicken.
Okay,
and,
but
that
stop
actually-
talking. That's just Vegas.
Yeah,
You're just describing
So,
Vegas.
yeah, if it was a Waffle House, I would have said it's probably not even part of the show. But yeah, no, that's cool.
There was a lot,
And of course,
then-
WrestleCon.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
I
they
was
have a
gonna
lot
say
of
WrestleCon
signings.
was
That's what I
big.
did. I did WrestleCon for a couple days, which was cool.
A lot of meet and greets and stuff and fan stuff.
And
yeah.
you get to see a lot of people that you haven't seen in years as well, which was cool. I saw some wrestlers I haven't seen for a few years. People from other companies. Actually, my original trainer was there running a booth, so I got to catch up with him, see some people. Yeah, it's always a lot of fun. Like I said, I recommend maybe you should try to go next year. I don't know if it's going to happen next year.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. Are they going to do it in Riyadh?
But I don't know if all the companies are going to make that trip, but
yeah.
You know, we'll see. Maybe another company will do something.
It's so funny. I feel like I'll go to conventions and stuff, but sometimes the more niche the topic of the convention, the more I'm hesitant to go. Cause like, it's like going inside of the dream of Inception. You're just going very, very deep. And so I love things like PAX or even Comic Cons where there's a bunch of stuff and you might see some wrestlers or you might also see some artists or anything. But I've always kind of, for some reason, and I need to get over it, avoided niche things like Power Rangers. There's a Power Rangers convention called Power Morphicon in Pasadena. And it's oh, I like that. Should I go? And I'm like, I don't know.
Kind of sounds cool.
Like, it might be really cool, but then also am I going to stand there and be like, what am I doing here? Like, everyone here loves this more than I do. Everyone. So I was wondering that about Wrestlecon. I don't think it'd be nearly the same because there were so many different organizations and so many people I knew that were going. But
there's just really nothing like it, you know? If you go to the Superbowl, you know, you're there to see the Super Bowl, right? It's not like there's going to be other little mini football games taking place around it or other sports in general. Same with the, every other playoff. So it's just like, it really adds to the event of Wrestlemania, which is always a spectacle and always a huge deal and something that all the fans get excited about. And it's a lot of buzz in the air, which is really, really cool. Like, I love that environment. Just being around that environment is really something special. And there's nothing like it, really. It's really an experience.
I think it was maybe like Thursday or something. And the first glimmers of what was going on at Wrestlecon and at Vegas kind of started coming through on social media.
Yeah.
And the very first thing I saw was some wrestler choking out like they got into a fight in front
Vito.
of his booth.
Yeah, that was cool. Well, by the way, I was there. I mean, like, I'm in that room and I'm like, why did none of this stuff happen? I saw like 2 fights on video, but like none of this happened.
Not near you.
There. Yeah, nothing.
We look in the background, we see you popping your head over the top of your
every
booth
video. I'm just like, where the hell was I? I'm not looking at myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's super interesting.
Yeah. What a funny time.
I actually had something that I was very curious about. I had some friends that went, some workers out here, Texas guys. One guy, Danny Orion, a friend of mine, he was like, hey, I'm at Scorpio Sky. And then he sent me a picture of him in Scorpio Sky.
Wow.
And then, said,
blurry.
oh, cool.
Oh,
There's
okay.
Danny in Scorpio Sky. Very dark picture.
Yeah. I think that was at Wrestlelit.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah,
no.
yes,
wait.
yeah.
It looks like
No, that wasn't Wrestlelit. I was looking
like,
at what I was wearing.
It
I
looks
think
like
that was the
Wrestle
Nerd.
Poorly Lit.
I think that's the Nerd, the bar called the Nerd.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I think that's where that was.
Some party you guys drinking, having fun or whatever. And then he said, yeah, I told him that me and another wrestler are just recording with Eric. And this guy said, great.
Yeah. He said, who? Do I know him?
Just put me over. What are you doing? Just go, cool, man. Like, what the fuck?
I feel like I did say cool, man.
I don't know.
I feel like cool, man is the thing I would say. Cool, man.
I mean, that's not
that's cool, man.
That's not better. That's like good for you. Wow, good for you.
I feel like
so you know. So that's what you go.
Now,
I'm doing some stuff with Eric. So you know then.
Send me a text. I'll pin it. And that way, when next time that happens, I'll know what to say.
That'd be great for next year at WrestleCon. Cool.
No,
awesome.
No, 2 years.
God damn. Put me over. Bury me to everyone. Jesus Christ. What are you doing?
It wasn't a bury. That's a neutral.
Very
almost
neutral.
An indifference.
It's like, cool, man. Maybe I didn't even hear what he said. Maybe I did. I know a couple different Erics. Maybe I didn't know which one he was talking about.
Yeah. Could be.
You know?
Could be.
Is that seems bad for the rest of the Erics that you know also.
That they're maybe he knows some good Erics and some bad Erics, so he split the difference.
Yeah, I just gave him a very neutral Eric opinion, you know.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Know.
Cool.
Yeah, you never know.
Great. Awesome. Thank you. Cool.
That's good.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I definitely think check it out. You should.
It's so interesting. Not that wrestling is ever far removed from the rock star lifestyle. Maybe within the last 10 years, a little bit, maybe. But it's the idea of going to a thing like that, and then being like going out late and then partying, and then like the wrestlers that have matches, like, oh yeah, I got 4 matches tomorrow. I'd be like, oh my God.
I'll tell you, honestly, from a fan's perspective, I could not put it like into thought the way it would if this was something that always happened, right? Because you could go somewhere at Wrestlecon and you might see Scorpio Sky next to Trick Williams.
Yeah.
Right. Can you imagine being a kid and you go to like a bar or wherever and you see, there's, Z-Man with, whoever, I don't know, Z-Man. I sure hope I'm not Z-Man in that series. I don't know why I said
Z-Man in this
I don't know why I
analogy?
said Z-Man. But you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of, I didn't want to I didn't want to say like Ric Flair, but like, if you see like, if you're again, 90s or 80s or something, you go to Wrestlemania weekend and you see Sting hanging out with Randy Savage before the WCW days or something. You know what I mean? Like it would blow your mind because they were just such different worlds. But like here, all the worlds come together, and it's got to be cool from a fan's perspective.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's pretty dope.
I think it coincided with what we've talked about before, is kind of like how kayfabe has changed.
Yeah.
But
even beyond that, it's like, it's not like you're watching, it's not like Jim Duggan and the Iron Sheik are pulled over smoking weed in a car.
That's true.
Like,
yeah.
It's like, whether it's just like, oh, they're feuding on TV or whatever. It's like 2 different worlds complete. It's like being in the 80s if you saw Sylvester Stallone and Arnold hanging out. It's just like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
They're from 2 different worlds. They don't cross, so it's got to be something that's different. And maybe it's so normal now, and obviously with people switching companies and that sort of thing, it's not as big of a deal. But just a little observation I picked up.
No, but you're right. But I think that like, it's cool that wrestling has its own sort of level and stuff to that. Because James and I have been doing conventions for 15 years, 20 years, going to just conventions where you just work a booth and sell a shirt and do this stuff and go to the next thing. And it's like this constant, and you make friends through that stuff when you're just like working these things, and you don't think about it from like the intent, like the attendee point of view.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting as an attendee, like you're saying, to go and be like, oh, there's like no barrier between me and the thing that I like now.
Yeah.
And all of the thing that I like is right in front of me. And it feels like there should be some sort of, it's just like, oh, it's all tangible. It's all tangible and different. I don't know. It's really interesting the way that it's sort of taken barriers away to give you sort of like that personal connection, but at a cost of a ticket and a meet and greet picture price and all that stuff. I don't know. It's fandom is different.
Yeah. Very, very interesting.
It's like all the animals are out of the cages at the zoo.
It kind of is.
You get to see the gorilla and the lion hanging out.
What the hell are they doing? They're smoking weed in the car together.
Gorilla's like braiding the lion's hair or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Sky, did you get up to anything in Vegas outside of just like WrestleCon stuff?
Not too much. I went to the Nerd a couple times. I went to Wrestlelit, which was like a little party that was happening next to the Nerd. And then other than that, I hung out mostly around town. I got lunch with Frankie Kazarian, which was cool. We got to catch up. Saw some of the boys just in general from around. And what was a show I missed that I really wished I made it to because I heard it was so good was Hunkamania.
Okay.
Was with like the Nemeth brothers, and they did like a stand-up type of show. I got there right at the very end. I was just a little late, and there's so much going on. But I heard it was great. It was so much fun, and everyone was talking about how good it was. So I would love to go check that out.
Was it a wrestling show?
No, I believe it was
mostly
just stand-up.
Oh, that's cool.
I think it was in a wrestling environment.
Yeah.
It even seems like from the pictures I saw, they may have even been in a ring. But they were doing stand-up. Yeah. And I actually met a few of the comedians that were doing it. It seemed really, really fun.
Oh, that's cool.
So, if anybody, sees that on the marquee at some point, wherever, check that out for sure, because I don't want to miss the next one either.
Yeah, there's a big crossover. I mean, I guess I'm kind of part of that too, but like the theatricality of stand-up and performance. We've had many stand-ups on this show as well, talking about their experience and how there's like, oh yeah, wrestling is just
For sure.
another side of that.
Yeah. I mean, I had that same, every time I meet a new comedian, we ultimately end up getting to that portion of it. It's how similar they say the same thing. They're just like, oh, if they know anything about wrestling, they're just like, oh, it's, it's actually very similar to wrestling. We're like, yeah, I mean, it really is, especially when you're in your beginning, like the early days, it's extremely similar. And I think that's why we all kind of get along.
Yeah.
So well.
Yeah. It's very similar.
Indeed.
Man. And now you're back. And you're back in like the swing of things. And then James has this match coming up. That's like, I don't know. You looking to get back in the ring? You feeling good? What's up?
Scorp, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hopefully we'll see. I'd like to get something going.
Yeah.
Things are busy, I guess, right now, but, we'll see what happens. We were talking about, speaking of in the ring, we were talking before we went live about, like match card over the weekend, Wrestlemania, the times, the matches, and that sort of thing. And I was going to say this, but I decided to save it. And how funny it is, like comparing earlier, I talked about Wrestlemania, I talked about the Super Bowl, how big like the halftime performance is as a part of the Super Bowl weekend, or weekend of Super Bowl day. It's in some ways as big as the game.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you guys feel, but when there's like a live performance of music at a wrestling event, I'm just like, get this out of here. Like,
I'm with you.
Unless it's part of the entrance.
Unless it's the band that does the song playing like their entrance
like
theme.
DGDX
Or whatever. Yeah.
Like when they do like, let's. Who did they have years ago? It was always Flo Rida.
Yeah.
Flo Rida. All right, Flo Rida.
Yeah.
It's just like again, like oh god, I can't stand it.
Yeah. I feel like even the national anthem sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't
we're
wanna see
treating
that
it
either.
like a real thing here,
Just
guys. Okay, let's sing the song
before you go live.
Yeah, do it. I don't want to see it on the show.
I loved how behind WWE used to be. Like they're super hip now. I mean, they're ahead of me, but like they used to be kind of behind on things. Like they would have performers that were like a few years past their
I have a theory.
It'd be like Vince McMahon. It'd be like 2015, and it's like performing Hey Ya, Andre 3000. Like
I have a theory on that because when WrestleMania started, it was like ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
It was trying to tap into the MTV culture and it's Cyndi Lauper and all that stuff. I think what changed isn't necessarily, I don't think they wanted to get acts that were 5 or 6 years out of relevancy.
Yeah.
I think those are the people that said yes.
Right. That makes
And
sense.
I think pro wrestling as a spectacle has caught up that people that are popular now are like, like Sabrina Carpenter's like, sure. Yeah, I'm aware of that. Show me the numbers.
There's always such hit or miss. When it comes to, there's always the famous clip of it was like in AEW where we had Mike Tyson and he was like yawning. They just happened to cut to him right when he's just like, it's like of all times, like it had to be at that moment. Like, it's always hit or miss.
I know.
That was one of the things people have mentioned before, right? It was like at one point, celebrity cameos in wrestling was a draft we should do or something.
Oh,
like that.
yeah. We definitely should do that.
That's a really good
The
idea,
question is, are we doing worst or best? Because you could go both ways. It's just the same. Well, then RoboCop.
Speaking of draft, right?
I was going to say, to tease next week, we're actually stepping out of the comfort zone. And this was one that Sky sort of threw out there because we were going to go in a different direction. And this guy's like, what about this? Sky, you want to explain your thinking and what we're going to be doing?
This was something that has been mentioned, I believe, in the comment section on previous drafts. And what we are going to be doing next week, make sure you tune in. It is going to be our first non-wrestling draft. Greatest Ja Rule songs of all time.
What the hell? What the?
I'm
Eric's
joking.
ripping up his list. Oh, no.
We are doing the greatest action movies of the 90s.
Of the
draft.
90s.
90s action movies draft. Yeah. And so the criteria is it had to come out in the 90s. Which when I was looking at some stuff, there was a lot of 89. There was a lot of good movies in 89.
Ain't gonna fly.
Can't use that.
Nope.
Had to come out in the 90s and be an action movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think it may be one of the harder drafts that we're going to do.
I am excited.
Yeah, I'm excited as well.
I think we're going to get a lot of opinions on it. Like, let us know in the comments before, because that's going to be next week's episode. But get in the comments before and let us know what you guys think will probably be in there. But there were a few that I almost themed my whole draft. I had like a lot of ideas
all Jeff Jarrett
with how many there were.
vehicles.
Yeah, all Jeff Jarrett
Jeff
movies.
Jarrett movies.
Yeah. Ain't he great? But I almost themed some of this. I had some really good picks, but man, ultimately the list is like, it's almost not quite as broad as you think it's going to be for like what some of like the best are, but there are a lot where you go like 2 tiers down and you just go, man, that could make my list. Like some of these really make my list.
I have 12 on my list. And so
wow.
I'll tell you this. Something that's funny that I noticed when I was making my list about 90s and I think a little bit of 80s movies, specifically the ones that aren't blockbusters, is when you watch the trailers, they give the entire movie away. Like, go watch. There's a movie called Showdown starring Billy Blanks. That's not going to make my list, obviously, but I grew up, I love that movie, right?
Okay.
First of all, the trailer it almost looks like a parody, because it's like from the directors of Fight for the Best 1 and Fight for the Best 2. Like, but like it's like this way with a lot of movies. They give you the entire movie and they explain the plot. The trailer is like 2 or 3 minutes long. They explain the plot.
Yeah.
They show you the story developing. And the last clip of the trailer is the baby face knocking out the heel.
Yeah, it's the climax.
Which is the final scene. Like, they give you the whole movie and you still went and watched it. That's so funny.
Yeah.
But next week, I'm excited for that.
I'm excited too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
I just looked. I also have 12 on
There we
my
go.
list.
Yeah. Technically, I have 11 now because Showdown is. I'm not going to use that.
That's not going to make the list. Sorry, Billy Banks.
It honestly, I thought it was going to be a little bit hard, but once I got rolling.
Well, it gets hard once people start taking your stuff.
Well, that's why I needed like 12.
Yeah, that's why it gets
hopefully, if you guys take all these.
He's got the exact same 12 as you.
Yeah, I might be stuck.
That's my goal. I'm going to take them. I'm going to rip them out from under you and win the whole thing. I'm going to win this draft also. That's tough. That's got to be hard for you, man. Just to watch me come in and win another draft.
Well, there's just one. My number one pick is the only one that I'm really like, I hope I get this one. And but I'm going to be in the middle, so we'll see.
You're right.
Yeah. We already know.
You guys better think about how many times you want to randomize before we actually do this thing, because it's going to be important to know.
Once. So just do the one.
Come on, you got to have fun with it, man. Pep in your step. Do something. Do something cool.
All right. Well, that's enough. Yeah,
it was a good tease for next week.
Big commercial.
That was a good tease. Yeah. Well, that's what we say is that this episode is about 37% commercials.
37% commercial.
Yeah.
James, how's everything going with Answer For It?
The Answer For It podcast, baby. My other podcast. Second, it's got another family. You know, in a different state somewhere that I go visit sometimes. It's going great. I mean, it's fun. You want me to put it over? Do you want me to put over the podcast?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, you could bury it like Sky does me, but
another
do whatever you want.
I go. Ask me about it. Ask me about the Answer For It podcast.
Hey, James, how's Answer For It going?
Cool.
Oh, maybe he knows more than one answer for it. Maybe he's just finding a neutral thing to say.
I feel like it was more than that. It was at least like,
cool, man.
Cool, man.
Cool, man.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Cool,
it was
man.
Exactly. Cool, man.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah, that's a very me thing to say. Oh, cool, man.
Well, also I want to go back to this real quick. Eric keeps pretty bad company. You know, like someone who comes up and goes, "I know Eric." That's like you might like Eric, but you might not like them.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, you never know.
It's fucked up.
Kind of like a trash person. I'm sure this person was great. I'm sure they were fantastic, but you got to be aware of that with Eric's reputation.
We should have played a game this week. I just realized that we didn't do a game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me see if I have one prepped.
I have one little funny anecdote that comes in the wake of Wrestlecon weekend and the big show. So I had
the big show.
The big show. I had a match on Friday night, this past Friday, and it's just been a long week. It's been a long couple weeks, and I was pretty tired. And going into this match, I was like, man, I'm really excited to wrestle this guy, J2. He's there almost every single week. We've just never had a match together. I was like, I'm really excited to wrestle this guy. He's a big guy. I'm a big guy. I don't want to just like destroy each other out there, but I want to have a good match. And so I get there, I sit down next to him, and this is probably you tell me if this is good insight into what wrestling is sometimes. I sit next to him, I was like, say, hey, how you doing? He's like, oh, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty tired. I was like, oh, did you go to Vegas? He's like, yeah, I went to Vegas, had like a couple matches, and I just literally drove back last night. And he comes from San Diego, so he drove back to San Diego, and then he came up for this show. And I was like, oh man. I was like, so what do you want to do for this match? And he goes, not too much. And I went, I love you, man. I love you so much. Let's just do not too much. Not too much. He's like, not too much. I was like, okay. So that was like the starting point. And I still think we had a really, really fun match. But I was just like, because you're sitting there going like, how am I gonna? I don't want to look like I don't care, or that I can't hang. Especially with all the experience he has, to go up and be like, hey, can we take it easy tonight? Like, I don't want to pop some Tylenol and go to bed after this. I'd like to just be comfortable, take a shower and go to sleep. And then for him to go, let's not kill each other tonight. I love that.
I like that.
That was my thank you, WrestleCon.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vegas week, because you saved me some pain on a Friday night.
All right, what do you got?
Well, here's the thing. I don't have a lyrics game, but guys, what I have is a game where we get to know each other just a little bit better.
Oh, so this or
game
that?
Called This or That.
Love this or that.
This is gonna be great. I'm just gonna throw some things out there, and you guys let me know which one you prefer. We're just
this or
to know
that.
each other
This or that.
This or that. All right, here we go. Guys, truth or dare?
Which one you prefer?
Yep. You a truth guy? You a dare guy? You a truther? What do you think?
That's a good question.
That's right. I'm full of good questions.
I feel like truth.
Truth feels so much easier.
Yeah.
The dare is always like, you might end up having to do something fucked up.
And I don't feel like I'm the kind of person who holds dark secrets or anything. I don't know what really could be asked of me that I wouldn't be like, that's more embarrassing for you
to ask. It's a lot less fun though. Although they might ask you a fucked up question though. Too.
Yeah, but I mean, like, then that's on them.
Yeah,
I think it's like more of a reflection on them. I guess I
just
would say I prefer.
I don't want to be like, oh, like lick the bottom of someone's shoe, like
if we're in an environment and I kind of know the constraints on a dare, like you're not going to send me out into the cold naked or whatever, like I know what's going to happen. It's going to happen somewhere in this, with, then maybe dare just for the sake of being more fun.
Like wear a Celtic shirt for a day. Truth.
Yeah.
Truth.
Okay, that's good. Getting down the brass tacks on this one: vanilla or chocolate?
Chocolate for me. I'm going chocolate. I love vanilla.
I'm actually going to go vanilla.
Okay,
a little more versatile.
Okay, you can use it in other things.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
throwing
love
vanilla
chocolate.
ice cream on my apple pie. I'm not putting chocolate ice cream on my apple pie. You feel me? But if it's singular, if I'm just eating, I don't want to. You don't like it when I get too specific, so I'm going to stop. But yeah, I'll just go vanilla ice.
Yeah, I'll go chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's my problem. That's right. I did.
When I start breaking down why
the nuance,
break it down. Tell me. I want to know more about chocolate ice cream on apple pie.
Well, I don't want chocolate ice cream on my apple pie. You could do chocolate ice cream on like a brownie, but I would still prefer vanilla ice cream on a brownie. Yeah, I just think vanilla ice cream is more versatile.
It is. I would agree.
Yeah.
But I like chocolate more than the versatility of vanilla.
If you're just eating the ice cream scoop alone, you probably prefer chocolate.
Okay. All right. So in the context of ice cream.
Unless I'm wearing this white shirt.
Unless he's wearing a white shirt, right? It's like it's a thought map. You ever see a thought map where you're like, you start here, and if the answer is yes or no, that's how we figure out whether or not it's this or that.
Yeah, this or that. Yeah. What else you got?
All right. Here's another one. Very curious, just because it's this show. Arnold or Sly?
Sly.
Arnold.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're split.
Whoa. Damn.
James,
you're not Sylvester Stallone at all? Wow.
Well, it's this or that.
Speaking of Sly, have you watched Tulsa King?
No.
Fantastic.
I know
show.
you mentioned,
fantastic. And so the last season had a cameo of Samuel L. Jackson on like 1 or 2 episodes. and now they are doing a spinoff
No way.
where Samuel L. Jackson
Really?
is going to be like a king.
Is
because
he
the whole
also
thing
in
is like,
Tulsa or is he
no,
somewhere
it's
else?
in what was
Omaha.
it? Starts with an F. Was it like Frisco King or something?
Okay.
Yeah. Like he's going to be his own like mob boss or whatever.
Gotcha.
It makes me excited because I love Tulsa King, and I think Sam Jackson's going to kill it, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
So him getting his own show. It's got cleared for like 8 episodes. They're filming it
Okay.
now, so that's exciting.
All right.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. Pretty good. Got a couple
We need
more.
to do
No, go for
at
it.
some point we need to do a this or that
Mhm.
of just like actors or musicians. That would be fun.
Ooh.
Like the good old Chris Brown or Usher one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I know my
Mhm.
answer.
Yeah. What would you pick, James?
I would pick Usher.
I would pick Usher.
Yeah. I would hope everyone
I mean-
here picks
Elliot?
Usher.
Usher.
Please.
Yeah,
please
Usher.
Yeah.
pick
Usher.
Usher.
I don't know why
mean,
it's even why is it even a debate though? There are a lot of
I don't
people that
know.
are like, without question, Chris Brown.
Yeah.
And I'm just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
no, there's questions.
Yeah. I mean, there's not even question marks at the end.
Yeah,
There's
there's a-
statements.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
have questions.
All right, sorry, you got more. Let's
No,
do
no,
that
no,
sometime
that's good.
though.
Okay.
Here.
Musicians or bands or just
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
And actors like
Dude,
separately.
You know what we do? We build a bracket. We randomize, we build a bracket, and then we this or that through all of them
Yeah.
until
Oh,
we
yeah.
get to the ultimate one.
That's
sick.
that's frustrating. Especially, are we agreeing on this bracket?
Oh,
Do we
you
have
have
to
to.
consensus?
You
So it's
have
like
to.
Oh, we
the
have
three
to
of us
agree.
vote.
So we
oh,
debate.
You're gonna,
We're
you
gonna have
lose
to
your
debate.
mind. I've done these before,
We're
and
gonna
you
have to
get so
debate.
pissed off when someone
Yep.
I like it.
someone has a stupid
All right, I
opinion
like
that
it.
kills your whole thing.
I like it.
Oh, this
I
is
like it.
good. This is good.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down because
Yeah,
that's an episode.
we got to do
Mhm.
that.
Last this or that. I think I know where you guys are gonna land, but we're gonna see.
Brett.
Brett or Shawn?
Wow, how did you do that? How
That
did
was
you
really
do that?
it. That was really it. That was really it. Legit.
That is tough, honestly, though.
Mhm.
You know what makes it tough for me is baggy pants Shawn. Like, if it was spandex Shawn
Mhm.
against Bret, like pre-2000 Shawn against
Yes.
Bret, it's
Mhm.
Bret all day.
Mm-hmm,
Mhm.
But then baggy pants Shawn,
mm-hmm,
Had a run, man.
he had a run, and it was very similar. He got more technical.
mm-hmm.
He added a little Bret Hart to his game.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And
I
then
agree.
it's like, oh, now he's making him a run for his money,
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
know?
Mhm.
So that's really, really, really tough. Those are honestly my 2 favorite wrestlers ever. Like those 2. And then you have Kurt Angle as like a 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
But like I've based myself off of Bret and Shawn more than any 2 human beings in the business.
I mean, they're pillars of it. I think also the other thing about the Bret and Shawn thing is, you know, Bret was great in a different time period. They crossed over for a good portion of it, but there was a period where Bret stopped being the great wrestler that he was, and Shawn was still having great matches.
well,
you know?
Bret got hurt.
Yeah, I know.
I think that's why. I
But
think
I'm
if
just
Bret
saying,
could have
like,
continued.
They have these timelines that kind of like
Yeah.
intersect for a little bit, and then so we're
Yeah.
seeing them in different worlds of wrestling
if
too.
we could have got 5 or 10 more years of Bret Hart,
yeah.
I mean, I think his legacy would be a lot. I mean, he's already obviously very respected, but his legacy would maybe be unquestioned if we could have got Bret against Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
Bret,
Oh my God.
Bret against, you know, who else became stars after he left? You know, like if we got a real run in WCW, like right.
Yeah.
If he got like an actual Bret Hart run in
Mhm.
WCW, I think things would have been a lot different. And then again, I've already mentioned Kurt Angle, but you know, if you bring in all the stuff, like Edge, you know,
Mhm.
Bret Hart and Edge, Bret Hart and Randy Orton,
Mm-hmm.
Bret Hart and Brock Lesnar
Jeff
could have been
Hardy.
interesting. Jeff Hardy and Bret Hart.
That
on
would have
tour.
been
Wow,
crazy.
that would have been really good.
Yeah, that would have been a
Yeah,
crazy
that would have
match.
been really good. I think
Uh,
Bret Hart's, if we got, because he retired, what was it, like 2000?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if we got 10 more years of Bret Hart, 2010,
It's a whole different.
he would have gone, and he could have done it. He would have gone until he was like 52, 53.
One of the
something.
things that I kind of love about Bret Hart, I think it's one of the things that makes him really, really special. But then also, I'm like, man, what if I could open up a Doctor Strange portal and look through? He only ever had really the one thing, like the one look, the one gimmick, kind of like there's whether or not he was babyface or heel for a little bit just by nature of being Canadian.
Yeah.
But he was always that style. Whereas you talk about Shawn Michaels and you're like, oh, well, there's the rockers.
Yeah.
There's tight, there's like sexy boy, then there's tight pants, and then there's DX, and then there's loose pants. There's these different eras that I feel like almost every other wrestler has that kind of clout, except for Bret. Somehow it's very interesting.
It worked. Heel Bret Hart is super underrated, by the way. Like,
I agree.
Gosh, 1997 was, I think, one of the best runs anyone has ever had. His heel run in 1997 was just incredible. I would love to just peek into some type of a universe. Like, I wish they could use AI or something to create like, oh, this is what the next 10 years would be like. Had the Montreal Screwjob not happened because Bret Hart and Shawn like came to terms and Bret finished his career with WWE and you know, so the next 10 years all the way till 2007, this is what Bret Hart's career would have looked like. Like that'd be super cool. And you don't even need AI actually. You could just make a video. Somebody out there do this, please. Give us the matches, give us the storylines, give us like what would Bret Hart's career have been like if he stayed with WWE until 2007 and then maybe he retired then or something? That would have been awesome.
Yeah. I'm also going to pick Bret, but I'm not even considering the wrestling. I think he's better at drawing his little cartoons.
He's so good at drawing his
He's
little
so good at
cartoons.
drawing.
I always love when he talks about it. He's like, I wrestled for a living and I was really good at it, but my passion is drawing these cartoons. And you see it, and it's like someone with a tennis racket, like with a giant head and a tiny car, you know? Like,
you know what else is funny about Bret? I love Bret, so I don't want this to sound like I'm bashing him. But a couple of my friends, we used to always joke about this, like the Wrestling with Shadows documentary. And he's talking about like, you know, he's trying to debate whether he's going to go to WCW or stay with WWE. And he's just like, I'm not someone that's greedy for money. I'm greedy for respect. As he's sitting in his indoor pool.
Oh, yeah. But that's Canada, you know. That's middle class in Canada.
It's just like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Great.
hilarious. I love it. Bret's great.
There you have it. That's a great this or that, guys, and we gotta end this episode. Boy, this is good. This or that, a great game, underrated game.
Yeah,
Great
more
game.
of this or that.
Yeah.
If you guys want to see more of this or that, or if you don't want to see more of this or that, that could be your version of this or that. Let us know in the comments section.
On the one hand, you have more this or that.
Yep.
That's this.
That's this.
And then on the other hand, you have no this or that. That's that.
The other hand, you have more this or that you don't want. So that's you're going to get it anyway.
I guess you're going to get it.
You're
You can
gonna
also
get it
suggest this is or that's.
Yeah, get in the comment section.
And the best place to
this
do
is or
that
that's.
is going to be by following us on Instagram,
Please.
Creating Character Pod, or subscribing on YouTube.
That's right.
And that's the best place to talk with us, chat with us. We check the comments every single week on these episodes. We love taking your feedback into account. And it also helps Eric, too, because it means he doesn't have to rush around trying to find things to this or that for us.
Yeah.
You can do some of the work for him. And God knows
I'm all for that,
Eric doesn't want to do any more work.
Yes.
He's got plenty on his plate.
Please subscribe. Please subscribe. At least 40% of you are watching and not subscribing, so please change that. Subscribe.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true. I just heard.
Probably
I heard.
higher, honestly.
I've heard other people say it on other podcasts, and I wanted to say it too.
It's generally higher than that.
Please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that, and then you can get maybe click the bell, and you get some notifications whenever we are doing our thing.
They smash that like button.
Smash that like button.
There it is. Perfect. Eric, you all right?
Yeah, is that again? It's like a fancy voice that
No,
he
you know what
does?
I want? I want every time they hit the like button, I wish we can add sounds, right? And we can put our own sounds out because they could put like a James Brown impression. So they hit it and it's like.
Of all his sounds, that's the one you pick. Not I feel good or any of that. No, it's just him coughing.
Guys, go ahead and hit the smash that subscribe button and make your own.
See if it works. Maybe it works. Try it.
That could be another good one.
Hit it. Maybe if it makes the noise. Then
John Lovitz and James Brown are going to be our two sound.
Anyway, find me at Eric Badur everywhere. Been watching a lot of weird animals and car crashes on TikTok. Good stuff. Really good stuff.
Great stuff.
So. Yeah.
Good. I've been watching some animal stuff today too. Yeah, a lot of it's been popping up.
Hell
yeah. I love it.
What does that even mean?
Animal stuff.
Yeah, animal stuff.
Animals running around.
Animal potential
Muppets
attacks.
playing drums.
I saw this lady was running to her front door today with her dog on a leash, and a bobcat was
Oh, I
chasing
saw
him.
that.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. And I always read the comments because people are like, oh, that's not what you should do.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you're choking the shit out of your dog.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
running, like, let your dog fight. Like,
Yeah. Go, boy, go.
What's the fight? All
a
right, we
chinchilla.
gotta end this
we
thing.
gotta
Yeah,
end
we
it.
got to
Sorry,
end this thing.
sorry,
Hey, if
end
you want to
it.
get more from me, you can find me on Instagram. James Willems is the thing to search for. If you are not tired of hearing my voice in this podcast, I do another podcast called Answer For It, which is a trivia podcast. But it's also a comedy podcast. We start
cool,
with
man.
trivia, and then thanks, man. Appreciate that. Thanks for putting that podcast over.
right.
I appreciate it.
follow me at Scorpio Sky. Enjoy Michael tonight if you guys are watching it, or this weekend.
Yeah. Look out for my buddy Ryan. He's in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's in it. Or unless
Is
he
he?
got cut.
Uh-oh.
Ryan Haley?
Yeah, go find Ryan. If you go see Michael tonight, go find Ryan
I'm
and
gonna
let
go
him
see
know you
it.
found him.
I'm gonna get my tickets right now.
Yeah.
What the fuck? All right, let's go
All right.
see. Let's go watch this movie together and see if Ryan Haley's in it.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.